Alright guys, today we are going to be looking at lesson 10.2, finding the volume of a cone. Okay, so our goal is to be able to find the volume of a cone using the formula, and using the formula to finding a missing dimension, okay, so working backwards. Alright, so what we need to know about a cone is that a cone is similar to a cylinder, but it is 1/3 that amount. Okay, so our formula is 1/3 base times height. Again, keep in mind the base is still a circle. Okay, so you'll notice, in this little note here, right, if the base is a circle, which would be pi r squared, our formula becomes 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, so looking at that first example here, right, so volume is 1/3 pi r squared times h. So if I plug in my pieces, well, here they gave me the diameter was 4, so I know my radius is 2, and my height here is 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 1/3 of 24 is 8. 8 times pi would give me about 25.1, and this would be meters cubed. All right, same idea for that next example. So volume is 1/3 pi. My radius is 6, and my height was 15. So we get 1/3 pi 36 times 15. If we multiply that out, we get 180 pi, which would be about 565.5, and we were in centimeters cubed. All right, so using that same formula, now we're going to work backwards to find our missing height. So again, we know that volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. So let's plug in what we know. So 956 equals 1/3 pi. Radius is 9 times h. So if we multiply that out, 1/3 of 81 would be 27. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides by 27 pi. Again, when you're doing that in your calculator, put it in parentheses or solve for 27 pi first. And when we do that, we get h is about 11.3 feet. Okay, same idea for the next one. Again, feel free to pause the video to try it on your own. So here, they gave us the volume was 7,200 equals 1/3 pi. Radius was 15. Let's see, 15 squared is 225. 1/3 of that would be 75. So divide by 75 pi. So if we do that, we get h is about 30.6 yards cubed. All right, now let's try finding a radius. Again, so same idea, right? So volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. Plug in what we know. 80 equals 1/3 pi r squared times 9. Okay, simplify 1/3 of 9 is 3, so 80 equals 3 pi r squared. Okay, divide by 3. Divide by 3 pi. So we get r squared is equal to, we get about 8.49. And then to get r by itself, right, we need to take the square root of both sides And when we do that, we get R is approximately 2.9 inches. Oh, up here I wrote height cubed. I was just thinking about that. Height shouldn't be cubed, right? Height should just be whatever the units were. All right, same idea for these bottom ones, right? So I get volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times the height. 1/3 of 7, so I get 183 equals 7/3 times pi ends up being about 7.33 r squared. So I combined all three of these pieces here, okay? And I'm going to divide by that 7.33. And we get r squared equals about 25. In the square root of 25, we would get r is 5. Okay, so notice here they wanted it to the nearest whole number. All right, same idea here for number 4. Let me switch colors. So I get volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and multiply all three of those pieces together again. So the 1/3, the pi, and the 2.75. So I get 46 equals 2.88 r squared. Divide by 2.88. Okay, that cancels. R squared ends up equaling about 15.97. So the square root, that's about 16, right? Because we're going to the nearest whole number. So R would be about 4. And this was meters. I forgot my units in the last one. That one should have been in feet. All right, guys, that is it for today. Go ahead and log into Big Ideas and try out the assignment.